I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Oops the Podcast. Colorado and Lynch are here.
What's going on?
We are marching toward spring.
Marching.
We're
not Apriling yet.
Wow.
We're marching.
Didn't even mean to do that, Lynch. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. We have an early morning recording session today. So
I brought my bags with me.
You tired, Lynchy?
No.
Did you have a long night?
I've had a long week so far.
Grinding?
Just grinding. It's like these are productive bags.
Yeah.
These aren't late night doom scrolling bags.
I actually don't see bags, but I do see your eyes look tired. But like not even on some shit. Like I respect the hustle. Like you're out here fucking grinding.
Thank you.
And dude, especially when you have to get, I don't know what you're doing, and you can tell me or tell us more in a second. But like, if I had to guess, I bet part of it would be that you're editing later than you have energy for. Anytime I'm up later than I have energy for, I'm always exhausted. That obviously, but that sounds stupid and straightforward. But meaning like forcing yourself to push through, like there's just no scenario where you come out the other side of that with energy.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. I have this one thing that I'm doing for somebody in the West Coast. And the little tweaks that I had to make for the edit, just like I knew that it was like unavoidable, and it was a lot of heavy manual engineering. And I'm sitting at my desk last night at like 11:06, and I said to myself, laptop close at 12. Laptop close at 12. And it was 12 o'clock, and I was like, I don't feel good about leaving off yet. There's still so much to do. And so laptop closed at like 2. And so a couple days in a row of that.
That'll get you.
But, you feel there's no distractions at that time. So like you're swamped the next day, but like it is a productive time.
True.
Late night is productive and one of my favorite times to work.
I'd say that, the healthier cousin of that is the early morning grind.
Yeah.
Where like it's, either way, it's
healthy
like
cousin.
It's like, you know what I mean though? Like being up at 7, like you're already on your computer at 7. Once it's 9, you're pretty fucked. Like all the distractions are activated.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, good for you, man. Sometimes you just got to fucking rip it. You got to rip it in life.
Yeah. How are you doing?
My special's out. It's cooking. Thank you to everybody who watched it, commented, shared, all that stuff. I'm obviously making a big push for the YouTube channel in general, so it's nice to get to put this on there as well. Check out my Florida video if you haven't. I got another good one coming by the end of the month about the Dry Tortugas Park, which I've talked about in length on this show. Come see me this weekend in Chicago. 2 shows at the Den Theater. If there are still tickets, there should be some. Grab them, come out. That should be great. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm just also doing a lot of work and stuff, trying to make sure I fit in time to do stand-up, but not forcing it when I don't. And yeah, just trying to like live a balanced, harmonious life. What?
Sorry, you were about to say a word and then I was about to say a word.
No. Go ahead.
Is it too early to ask like how the hours after the release of the special have been going for you?
No. I mean, I guess we didn't really talk about it on the last episode. So no, it was cool, dude. I mean, it's a unique thing because it's just different. Like people are like excited about a special. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. I mean, obviously comedy's popular, but in addition to that, I think the special has this like, I don't know, magical status where it's like, oh, you're doing a special. Like that's a big deal, which I agree. I guess it is, you know what I mean? To do a hour of stand up and have it be cohesive, I guess is a feat to some degree. You know what I mean? A feat that I should be able to do. And I think that I have done. I mean, the one caveat to this is now that there's no more gatekeeping, like anybody can release a special. So in theory, you don't have to be competent and you could. But a perfect storm would need to happen for an incompetent stand-up to release an hour special that's passable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to spend that amount of money to make something that isn't that good? I mean, there's people who've done it, but you know, there is a little bit of a weeding out people, I guess, situation. But anyway, cool to do it, especially now that like you really don't have to do that. So it's like cool to have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think that people are sort of leaning more towards releasing shorter things so they can put more stuff out more regularly, which I understand. But hopefully, you know, it'll help me grow and help me with tickets and help the whole package, you know.
The whole G package.
The whole G package, bro.
That's great, dude.
Yeah. So anyway, that's that. Excited about it. If you guys have questions or whatever, hit me up. But the Hill Dog left today for like a while. We're not going to see each other for a while.
Really?
Yes. Which is
Like
tough.
a little over a week?
I'm trying to think. So when, like 9 days.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I've been enjoying having her around, obviously, but like we've really enjoyed the last couple of days, and maybe it's because I knew she was leaving, or she knew she was leaving, and then I'm leaving, and blah 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 blah. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I'm sorry that I was here for
Our final moment.
our final moments
Dude, I
together.
don't give a fuck. There's nothing different would have happened in those final moments.
I know, but
But that's nice of you, I
maybe the
guess.
hug would be a little longer if I wasn't watching you guys.
No, the hug was so long that she started tapping my back, which you may have seen as you watched.
No, I didn't.
Well, dude, so Victoria's having her shower this weekend.
Yep.
Right?
We got a shower this
So
weekend.
that's fun.
Got a New Jersey shower. We got a Boston shower for
There's different ones.
2 showers.
Wow.
Victoria gets 2 showers.
So which one is this?
This one's the one in New Jersey.
And then has
for-
the Boston one happened yet?
That's next week.
Oh, crazy. So you're going to both of those?
Yeah, I'll be showing face twice.
Damn.
And you told me that I'm gonna feel like a king
You will.
when I walk in.
You will.
Are there any? So Hill Dog mentioned flowers.
Which I did not do, by the way. And she's like, yeah, she goes, every groom in history brings flowers to the shower, but you did not. And I was like, well, how did you let me make that mistake? And she's like, I don't know. She goes, my dad should have told you, but like he obviously doesn't care about that. She goes, it doesn't matter. Like it worked for you, but in general, you need to bring flowers.
Yeah, I think you win in the tonality of her response there.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think you're fine.
And bro, look,
You're like, I wasn't even worried, dude. Like, why are you even saying I think you're fine? Like, it's not even a thing.
I showed up. I wore what I was told to wear. I participated and had a fun time in the games and stuff.
You get angry at anybody?
No,
Any of the friends?
no.
Okay, good.
Do you anticipate getting mad at my friends? Shut up!
I don't want you here.
Shut up, JC.
No. JC, that's pretty close to a real person.
Really?
That's going to be there. Yeah, I'm excited. I know that, it's not my day, but I'm going to make sure that I make a splash.
You're gonna make a big
smile. You know the old YouTube video, the Trollololo guy?
No.
Oh, la 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 la.
I don't know.
La, 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 la.
What is it?
It's this old Russian video from YouTube. So then
He's like yodeling.
he's yodeling and he's got a lot of riz and he's walking in all.
So you're gonna notice, like as you walk in, all the women are gonna look at you in a way. And I just want you to remember, it's not you, it's the moment.
Okay.
In case you're like, man, why am I getting married? Look at the way all these women are looking at me. They wouldn't be looking at you if like that in that scenario if you were not. So don't let it poison your brain, Lynch.
Okay. I thought, interesting. I thought you were saying that in a, like, they're going to look at me angrily.
No, they're gonna look at you like they want to have sex with you.
Really?
Yes, feel free to cut that if that's inappropriate.
A lot of my
everybody-
family's going to be there.
Well,
Cool.
besides the people who are related to you, hopefully.
One could hope.
One can hope. Yeah, well, you're pulling that up. Mine was, or Hillary's mine, Jesus. Hillary's was really nice.
Basically yours. It is yours.
I am the bride. So when she, or they did a really nice thing where they made a donation to some of my like Afghanistan efforts as part of the shower, which I thought was really thoughtful.
That is about
They
you.
thought of everything. It's about me, yeah. And dude, so the hours leading up to it, me, my dad, and Hillary's dad all hung out with each other.
Really?
Yes, which was fun. My dad didn't like understand how showers worked. So he traveled for the shower, which is unprecedented. Like, why would he be doing that? Did you find it or no?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
But
Watch this.
keep going.
And then we just like went around the town and like did stuff and it was fun. But like we went to her dad's golf course and we like sat on the ninth.
You were watching the people wrap up.
I told you this, yeah. And he was like busting the people's balls. I'm like, Dad, you gotta stop.
At a country club.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't do this. But whatever. Like her dad didn't care at the time. It didn't seem like, at least we all got along. It was fine. We had a nice time.
Yeah.
So
Your dad had a nice interaction last week with the mailman. I forget exactly what he said, but he loved it. He loved it. He reluctantly loved it.
this is what it was. So we all grabbed a bite the other day together, which was a coincidence in a way because I was trying to get it done before Lynch showed up so we could just get into it. But Lynch happened to walk by. We grabbed him and all hung out for a sec. As we're walking back together, the mailman walks by and my dad goes, "How many steps a day do you get? How many steps a day do you get in?"
And he said it so, yeah.
And as the mailman kept walking by, he said, like a classic mailman thing, something like, "Too many, man," or something like that. Like, as he kept walking and like sort of didn't have time for it, but.
And then was there a follow-up question?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. 10 out of 10 interaction.
It was pretty solid.
That's a New York moment.
Bro, my mom did it the other day too. And it's funny, like, you know, my parents are obviously from the boroughs. Like my mom is from Brooklyn, my dad's from the Bronx, like once they moved here from Italy. And, you know, they've lived in a small town now for a while. So it's funny to see them do small town shit in the city. Like we'll be on the subway and my mom like asked some girl about her shoes. She's like, "Ooh, where'd you get those?" And the girl, it like made the girl's day. She's like, "No one has ever like nicely talked to me before in public," because it's true. No one, it's insane to be like, "Hey," like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we can't do that to people. I feel like it comes off as serial killery.
Or as you're like hitting on them.
Yeah, or aggressive. But, you know, that's nice that she got that compliment from your mom.
Agreed. It was solid.
That was really nice.
Dude, this is great. All right, I'm going to talk about a pastime real quick. Before I had a girlfriend and before I was married, I'm on the subway and there's a girl on the subway with her luggage. And she asked me for directions. She was like, "Oh, do you know how to like get here?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like do this, this, and this." And then I was like, "Should I do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You know, I have like a comedy show later if you felt like."
How long after you helped her did you say, you know?
Okay. Middle of the day, no one on this train.
Day of the week?
Middle of the week. Yeah. I don't know which day specifically.
Okay, but
it might have been, actually, if I had that show, it must have been Friday maybe. And she was like the afternoon. And I was like, she's like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, yeah. She's like, "Oh, yeah." Like, I was like, "Do you want to like take my number and like text me if you want to come?" And she goes, "Sure." And she gave me her phone. And as I'm putting my contact in her phone, a message pops down that was like, "Pics or it didn't happen." I know. Meaning that like, she was like, "Oh my God, I'm like talking to this guy on the train." And I was like, "Oh, that's great."
Did she come to the comedy show?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's really nice that you could help him out with the luggage.
So anyway, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what me. Oh yeah, talking to people on the train. So, you know.
Let me show you this.
Let's see the yodeler.
This is from 15 years ago, Mr. Trollolololo. You heard this before?
Yeah, actually I have. I've heard this.
Just wait for him to walk out.
It's like James Bond.
So this is how I feel like I'll feel when I walk into the bridal party.
Why does it look like Josh Brolin?
It does.
This is so ridiculous.
So
he's like, Russian?
Yeah. There's a ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Wait.
This is crazy. How many views does that have?
40. Or that's a re-upload. It's an OG.
It's like one of those that, yeah.
It's a re-upload. But okay, that's good to know.
Hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's so when you're leading up to marriage, it is interesting how much of a time commitment it is. That is not a bad thing. I mean, it's some of the most amazing memories you'll ever have. And actually, it's sort of, I find the most challenging thing about it is the density of the memories. Like there's so many of them in a short period of time where like as an isolated memory, these are sort of each like some of the best memories of your life. But because they are happening one after the other, especially the wedding itself, it's hard to separate them and give them their own moments. Like you're constantly going to find yourself being like, oh yeah, like remember when, but all the showers and all the stuff, like I think it is all very important and you're obviously doing it all, but like to prioritize that if you're doing it, because I know like, look, like some people just are like, hey, should we just get married? And then they go and do it real quick and it's great. And like, that's all great too. But like doing the whole thing, if you're like, I don't feel like doing the whole thing, I would potentially reconsider that. If you're out there listening and you're like, I don't want, it is such a nice thing. It really, really is. It's like a nice, special thing. And like, when I look back at my last year, I mean, I had health problems, which is insane to say out loud, but like my fucking neck being all fucked up, like really fucked me up, dude. Like it was really unpleasant for a really long time. And I'm feeling much better, which is amazing. Like I'm pretty close to like, not 100%, but like I'm very close to 100%.
You close playing full swing tennis?
I think so. Yeah. Like I think I'm getting close. And I'm on a PT situation that has been really helping, whatever. So anyway, so there's that. And then it was like that and wedding planning. And that feels like it was my entire year. I'm trying to think like what else I did last year. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I didn't make any videos. Right? I don't think so. I made a couple like from shit I already had, but like, yeah, I can't even tell you what I did. I'm sure I did plenty of stuff, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
But you were able to enjoy, you still were able to show up to everything.
But I'm saying, no, so sorry. The point was, and I don't know why Brett mentioned my neck being fucked up, but like most of my year felt like wedding related stuff, which is not a bad thing. And it should be that way. You know what I mean? It was incredible.
Yeah, they've been fun little things to look forward to along the way. So yeah, it's it'll be fun. Everyone's very involved. Everyone's very happy. Do you think that after the fact you'll look back and you can kind of like separate the memories, or does it kind of all feel like one big merged event? You
need to like, if you're able to give it the time that it needs for you to do that, then sure. But I don't know, dude, like, first of all, the pictures and all that stuff takes a long time to get. It takes like a really long time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising, but I think it's normal. So once you start to get all that stuff, you get to kind of like relive it all a bit, which is really nice. It definitely feels like a blur for sure, but I'm just thinking like the month after my wedding, did I even do anything? Dude, this is actually alarming to me. The thing I'm taking away from this the most
is that you're forgetting
is that I just don't remember anything. This is when living in the moment goes wrong. When
it's kind of a flex.
It's true though. It's like, I'm not looking forward to the future. I'm not stuck in the past. I'm right here, right now. And maybe that's not always really good.
Giulio, what did you do for dinner last night? I don't know. How you doing?
Yeah.
How are you feeling right now? I don't know.
Let's talk about you. Bro, but for real.
Right now.
Like, okay, yeah. I'm looking now. I'm like, all right. I shot a video in Florida in December. Okay. That's something. I went to Turks and Caicos. Sick.
it's like you're talking about your Audi as an innie, looking at a calendar of what your Audi's been up to. Oh, that's cool that I did that.
I went to Olympic National Park.
Your Audi.
Also sick. This is all just in the fall. I got married.
You keep reading this. You can go back.
I went to another wedding in Nashville. That was great. I had a really fun time there. I was in St. Pete. That was memorable too. Remember, I stayed up late watching that amazing DJ.
Music.
Then I threw a dip in after I drank too much. Woke up naked on the floor of my hotel bathroom. Nice. In my room. Don't want anybody to be alarmed by that. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's it. Went to Chicago again. That must have been for the shower. Went to Winnipeg.
You did a lot of stuff.
I did a lot.
It's good to check.
I did a lot. This is good. It's good to, and Hillary actually says this. She's like, it's good to remember what good things happen to you. She's like, should we start saying what good things happen to us every day just so like we can remember? And not a good thing you did, but a good thing that happened to you because you can like realize how you manifested it or something. I still don't fully get the exercise.
Yeah.
But it sounded like a good idea.
It sounds like a really healthy idea.
Yeah.
Those ideas are great. And then they just stay as an idea after a couple tries for me. I saw.
Yeah.
I wish that
It's
weren't the
too
case.
tiring.
I saw this video last night where this guy was talking about how he wakes up every day, and if you say today's going to be a great day, you'll find different ways to argue that one particular thing is the reason why your day was so great, and then you're just filled with so much
When you do
gratitude.
Yeah.
Like when you go into the day saying today's going to be a great day, you might see a bumblebee land on a tree, and your brain will be like, that's pretty great.
Interesting.
I don't have time for that.
It is a good way to be.
It is a good way to
It is a
be.
good way to be. Big G is a little like that, which is good. It's a good thing to be like. And look, I've said this before, and I do feel pretty good about not being jaded. Like I am able to appreciate certain stuff, like even stuff that other people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Being in some random city, like I love it. You know what I mean? But it can be easy to get bogged down by your bullshit and your routine.
Yeah. Before we move on, can I ask about something in the transcripts of this episode so far?
Yes.
So you mentioned when you said bathroom on the bathroom floor, and then you gave a correction and like an assurance, like, oh no, it's not like that. I don't know what that meant. And I'd like to know if is that like a drug related tagline?
No.
Okay. So please.
But well, if you want to continue to attempt to figure it out, and then I can just tell you.
So that I believe that I recollected what you said correctly, right? Not necessarily what it meant.
I said the floor of my hotel bathroom. And then I made the sort of distinction that it was in my hotel room.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out why you made the distinction, because your hotel bathroom is in your hotel room.
Right, but the hotel bathroom might be in the lobby.
And that's what that was?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. I didn't know if there was like if you die in the bathroom, that means that you were most likely doing X, Y, or Z.
No. But so the only, like, it felt like it needed clarification, even though maybe it didn't, because I could have just said the bathroom of my hotel room. I didn't say room. If I recall, I might be wrong.
No. Okay.
That's why I made the distinction.
Cool.
But I like that you were wondering about that.
Cool. I was just curious about that.
There was no pop culture reference or like
Got it.
Amy Winehouse was on. You know what I mean? It wasn't something like that. No.
Gotcha.
I wasn't doing drugs either.
And you weren't watching porn?
Nor was I. Was she watching porn when she died?
Who? Amy?
Oh, this is just the callback from the other.
It's a 2-week
episode.
callback.
2-week callback. 4-episode callback and counting.
Yeah.
Nice, bro. How's your improv been going, dude?
Improv's good. We have a show on April 3rd. Yeah, I'm going to shoot a couple sketches this afternoon with some of my improv friends. And pretty soon, I'm going to start just saying my friends.
Yeah, wow.
Getting pretty close, pretty quick.
Wow. That's an interesting distinction.
Yeah.
Going from work friends to friends is a thing.
Yeah. I think these friends are entering buddy territory when I refer to them.
My buddy.
So like when I've been like, slowly bringing them up to my buddies and my friends, I've mentioned my friend or my buddy with improv in front of it. And I might be taking that off and just call him buddy or friend. But it's a different group of friends. My friends are from high school. My buddies are from college. And I don't know what to call the improv guys. Cronies?
I don't know.
Do you have any other terms to refer to a specific friend group?
So I think the what Hillary always does is she literally just makes the distinction the way that you did. Instead of being like my friends, my buddies, she'll be like work friends, home friends, college friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which also is like a little bit of a sign of being young. So once you stop doing that, it means you're fucking old. So good for you for still doing it.
Oh, well, now that
Because she'll be like college friends, like I'm like, what about just like friends? Like at some point, I just like stop remembering where people are even from. Like you start, that's a thing that's crazy. Like you get older and you stop remembering details about your life, like stuff from high school. Like you don't remember. You're like, you forget the name of a road, or you forget the name of a teacher. Like how? Like, can you name your elementary school teachers?
I could name a big batch of them.
Let's go right now. Kindergarten.
Miss Labardi.
Miss Labardi.
Labardi.
Mine was Mrs. Ledoux.
Ledoux. That's kindergarten.
Yes, first grade.
Miss Schessler. She got married since.
Mrs. Norton.
Mrs. Norton.
Second grade.
Miss Bauer.
Mine is Mrs. Chiaffis.
Key office?
Key office. Which, by the way, I did this with a friend the other day, and key office was stumping me for a while, but I eventually got it. 3rd grade. Isn't that crazy? You're with them every day.
I know her name. Mrs. Dempsey.
Mrs. fucking Dempsey. Mrs. McCormick for me.
Mrs.
Who was my favorite teacher. Mrs. McCormick. My favorite teacher of all time.
Miss McCormick?
And actually, I wanted to like write her as an adult to tell her that. And I like never did. I don't know. I just like couldn't get her contact info. I forgot or like, I don't know.
I wish
But
you
I
would have liked
I
that.
regret that I never did that. And if she's alive, I should do it. She probably doesn't fucking remember me. Because this must be even harder for teachers.
I can look up and see if she's alive.
But it's such a generic name. Her name might have been Wendy. I don't even know.
Okay.
4th grade.
4th grade? Miss Schwartz.
For me, it was Mr. Boyd.
Mr. Boyd. How was it having a boy teacher?
Mr.
in
Boyd
elementary
was
school?
not super. We didn't really get along. He was a disciplinarian. And I was also bad, dude. Like, I was like, me and Nate Bergen, we would look at each other in class and just laugh the whole class. Like, from across the room, we just look up and very slowly be like, and then just start giggling and go back into our desk.
Yeah. Was he the first person to ever like call you out or discipline you?
It's hard to say. Maybe that's the age where you're like finally naughty. I think I had a really good relationship with Mrs. McCormick. And then before that, you're kind of like, I don't remember with Mrs. Chiaffis.
Miss Chiaffis.
Mrs. Norton, I was a little boy, so.
Yeah. Mrs. Labordi, on my like 7th day, that's when she called my parents because we all were supposed to draw pictures of our family, and I drew Chucky killing all of us.
You actually did that?
Yes, I got a call home. And I talked to my sister about that when I was in Florida last week and how my life could have really gone a different way depending on the mood of my parents when they received that phone call. I could have been like thrown away.
Mrs. Labordi stepped in.
I got my mom got a phone call from her and the school nurse or maybe the school district's guidance counselor or something. I don't know.
Ryan is exhibiting concerning behavior.
Nah, we threw it right out. My parents were like, "Are you cool?" I was like, "Yeah, I just saw a commercial for the movie," which that's what it was. That's what inspired it.
And in the commercial, Chucky murders them. Doesn't it just allude to that, or it shows him being like?
It alludes to it, but my older sister was enjoying traumatizing me by like telling me things that he did, and so
Got it.
that's like, it wasn't like
There it is.
it wasn't like I didn't connect the dots on my own. My sister was like forcing me. She's like, "No, Ryan, come here," and I run into the room, and then like Chucky commercial's on, and then like she'd tell me all about it, and I didn't like it.
Dude, you're talking about this story as if you were like 14. Like, let's remember that Lynch was 5 in this story. Your parents are like, "You good?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm good." Bet.
Yeah, I'm good, bet.
And then your sister, you running in and be like, "I don't like this." No, like you're 5, you don't know anything. You're sitting there, Chucky's going, and you're like, "What's he doing?" And your sister's like, "He's murdering everyone." And you're like, "What's that?" And you're like, "It's when you take a knife and you stab it in your family and they bleed out." And you're like, "Oh my God." And then you just couldn't stop thinking about it. And you went to school and you were.
Draw a picture of your family. Okay.
That
I drew everyone
crazy.
just red, and there was a knife. It was a gray knife with a black border.
Dude,
Really detailed it.
And your parents, like, do you talk about that with your parents, like how they felt during that moment?
No, we've unpacked a couple of things lately. That's a new one I should bring up because I'm sure I'd love to hear about their conversation and what their game plan was in confronting me and also
You're 5.
receiving
bro.
that
You're 5 in the
information.
story. You don't need to be confronted.
Well, what would you do?
I would be deeply concerned.
if your kid?
Yes, I would immediately enroll my kid in some sort of like children's therapy
Yeah.
where they make you play with blocks and do whatever and like hope that you don't exhibit any signs of, sociopathy or like rage, like unnatural anger. Like, I just want to make sure that you checked out psychologically because I'd be very concerned.
Yeah.
I'd be expecting you to start murdering the pets and and later your girlfriend and then later your parents.
Yeah.
Is how I expect that trajectory to go. Watching too many movies.
Would you be watching me through with? Do you have? Would you be watching the kid through one of those one-way mirror rooms with a doctor telling you, well, it's not looking good.
You're
And then like your son's using telekinesis to split the
furiously masturbating 5-year-old. Like, this is not normal behavior, Mr. Colorado. I'm like, I'm like, I turn it off. Turn it off on a dead pigeon. Just make it stop. Sir, we're gonna have to murder your son. This is getting really good. This is getting
Sir,
really
we
bad.
have to put him away. I get it.
We need to neutralize the threat, sir.
No, I don't. That would be such a thing to have a kid like that. I hope not.
That's crazy.
There's kids like that.
There are, sadly. Doesn't usually end well for them, dude.
If you saw that, you would know. There's no. That guy is not working
Yeah,
in
this is
society. That
not-
guy cannot be in society.
It's all downhill from here. If you
Yeah.
see that happen.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I saw Joker too.
Oh yeah.
I really try to go into it with an open mind, because I'm like, all right, people wanted to hate it, and then that hate compounded, and then it was funny to hate it, and then people wanted to. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I would say I give it between 2 and 2.5 stars if I'm being extremely generous.
Yeah.
It was definitely not as bad. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, it's
Which I
not
know
what
a lot of
Tim
people-
Dillon said. It's the
that-
worst movie ever.
Him saying
His scene
that
was
after-
awesome too.
He's in the movie. Like, he's like in a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Like, the idea that he's like, I just think he's so funny, bro. Like, the idea that he is like sitting there at table reads and like chumming it up with the director. And he's like, it's the worst movie that's ever been made. It's wild. I do not have the balls to do that.
Yeah, I thought his scene was hilarious
He's
too.
good,
Like I know he said it was terrible, but also then I saw one video, and then you could argue that Todd Phillips was trying to make that movie exactly how it was intentionally, because the audience walking out of the first movie sensationalized Joker so much, and then they wanted to do something to say to the audience, no, this guy's not a hero. He's not the Joker.
That's a stretch for me.
Yeah,
Making a bad movie doesn't accomplish that. Like, he still seems like a shitty guy.
yeah.
Even though I hated the end. But yeah, it wasn't great. But if I hadn't been so primed with everyone saying it's the worst movie that's ever been made, I would have, I actually walked out of it being like, oh, that was better than I thought based on what everybody said.
That's how I felt too. But still, I knew it wasn't great.
Not great. Dude, so I got a haircut. I don't know if you can notice. Getting haircuts is a thing that's become very challenging for me.
Why?
I don't know. I don't like spending the time doing that. And as I sit in the chair, I feel very anxious. I just want it to be over. I hate being there. And so like I let my hair grow to like a ridiculous. My hair looked crazy before I got my haircut.
You've been hatting it up lately.
I've been hatting it up because of how crazy my hair is.
Yeah.
And dude, so I went to get my haircut, and the barber was like mean to me, dude.
About what?
So first of all, I walked in. Now there's a chance that he was looking forward to going on his break. And then the like dispatcher lady was like, hey, you have a 2:30 now. Maybe that annoyed him. So I went and took a lap because I lived down the street from the barbershop, and I didn't want to just sit in there. And when I came back in, the other guy was wrapping up. He wasn't just sitting around waiting for me. I'm trying to figure out why he was rude to me. Bro, don't feel bad about yawning. I know how late you were up last night.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
You look
yawned.
like you were trying to hold back a yawn. I would not take that. I would not. Take
No,
that.
I happily yawn in front of you.
Okay.
I didn't even. No, continue.
Oh, you look like you're about to yawn. Which I did not. I never take. By the way,
Thank you.
we got to stop doing that. If people yawn, it doesn't mean that you're boring. It's the same as like when someone says, "Do you want a mint?" and you're like, "Do I have bad breath?" No, bro. I'm just being a reasonable human being. I'm sitting there eating my thing. I'm not going to offer you some. You know what I mean? All right, back into the barber story. So I'm trying to figure out why he was mean to me. Okay, because I didn't do anything, and maybe it's just the way that I looked. This guy has like a look, and
Pompous eyes.
no, he's like, he has like a special haircut, which I know like haircut people have sometimes, but basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
I
basically,
do.
he has that haircut where like it's shaved, but then he also has a ponytail, and like he's cool looking. He has tats, like whatever. He's older also. And I'm there and I'm sitting and I'm waiting and I'm on my phone or whatever. And he's like, GIULIO or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, one sec. I like quickly hang up my coat, but it didn't take an unreasonable amount of time. And I clearly hustled. I was like, oh, I shuffled over to make it show that I wasn't being dilly-dally. Not that I even needed to do that. So then I sit down and I go to show him a picture of myself because the last few haircuts I've gotten have ended up being bad. And Hillary's like, how do you go in there and this is what happens? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to say.
But now you had a game plan.
I was trying. But I'm like, because before I was like, yes, scissor only. But then my hair, I'd get a mullet when I would do scissor only. So now I'm like, all right, the back. And they're like, well, scissors? I'm like, yes, but the back you could. And they're like, you want to, I'm like, well, and I didn't know the terminology. So I've landed on, okay, a taper on the back.
Okay.
What do you say?
I think you have to figure out what to say.
Well, what do you say?
I do a fade on the sides around the back and then keep enough on top to keep the wave. And they understand that.
You say that?
Yeah, they understand that. And if I've shopped around to different places since moving here, and that's what I say to any place if I'm going for the first time. So I say keep it up on top so I can get the wave to curl over, and then I want a half on the sides, meaning a fade.
Can you hit me with an oscillation so I can see? The fade might be nice on me. I need to maybe do that.
I think it's a hard thing to mess up, and it'll grow in well. And I think a fade. Let me see your side. I think a fade would look cool on you.
Yeah, all right. Well,
but yeah, so you said tapered.
Yeah, so whatever. So I don't even get to that point because the last couple of times I've gotten haircuts, Hillary's right. Like the guy, it just like looked weird for a while. So I went in and I just got a visa for a trip that I'm about to go on. So I had a picture and I was like, well, instead of like zooming in on this like cut out picture of me, I'm just going to go to the source, to the actual passport photo. I'm going to show it to you. So I was ready to go. I felt actually really positive about this. I was like, I'm showing up prepared and this guy's going to be happy about that. We're all going to be cooking. This is what I showed him. This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty standard. So this is what happens. I take out my phone and I go, and he goes, 1 second, please. And I was like, oh okay. Like, put my phone down. He wraps my neck around and then he puts the thing. And then he's like, okay, so what were you saying? I was like, oh, this. And he goes, I can't see that. And I was like, oh, I zoomed in. He goes, yeah, I can't see the sides. He goes, what are we doing? I was like, it was like insane, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Is this sounding insane?
Yeah. But now that I hear him say that, I could see why, based off that photo, I can see why he said that. I don't know if that's the best way to show what you want. I think he needs to see the sides.
Okay.
But it's crazy how quickly he dismissed it.
So two things. So maybe you're right? And I'm going to add this one thing. This guy may be Russian. And Russian people are not like smilers. They're not smiley people. You know what I mean? So they're not going to like, they might not be being rude. They're just like being direct, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be what was happening here. But if I were this guy, I've never cut my hair before. So I just walked in, right? Maybe I'm annoyed that I wanted to go on break. And I'm like, GIULIO? And then GIULIO runs and puts the coat up. I'm like, all right. I see GIULIO sits down and he's like, can you? And I'm like, all right, give me 1 second and then I'll take a look at that. I wrap him up. I do the thing and I go, okay, now show me what you're showing me. I then look and I go, to be honest, it's like kind of hard to tell just from this photo. So like, what are you thinking? Like, when's the last time you got a haircut? Right? What's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we do that, Lynch?
I don't know if that's how he's wired.
Now, two things. Number one is a good haircut. I literally got it yesterday. This is the best haircut that I've gotten in a while for the fact that I just got it. Usually I walk out of there looking like a little fucking penis head, dude. Every time. And now I would say fairly normal, which I'm happy about. And after the haircut was over, he looked me in the eye, shook my hand, and he said, enjoy it. So that was pretty good. So maybe the caveat here is that this guy knows he's so good that he can act however he wants. And I'm going to want to come back. Because I'll tell you what, the guy I usually go to is right next to him, and he was busy, but that guy tends to fuck my hair up.
So now you're going to go to this guy?
Potentially.
Yeah.
It's going to be intimidating. I'm going to be scared, but I may do it, Lynch.
No, that's an important, what the final product is so important that it doesn't matter how crass or rude they can be. Mm-hmm. You're getting something good out of it. The guy that did my nipples, He he was the best. He was the best that can do it, but he also had really indecent bedside table manners. Didn't offend me, but like he was saying some weird stuff to Vic and my mom, and
Like what?
just like Jew jokes, like
What?
intense Jew jokes that no one asked for.
What?
And some racist jokes and stuff. So
Jesus. Is he old?
no, he's young enough.
That he's not off the
He's
hook.
probably like in his late 50s, early 60s. Like he's not. I mean, he should have known better, but he's really good. He's really good.
Look, at the end of the
So
day.
I still would go back to him despite his nasty jokes. I don't know if I should say that, but he's good at what he does. So
Hopefully you won't have to go back.
Hopefully I won't have to go back.
It's true. It's the same with Pepe's. They can cut the pizza however they want because they know how good it is.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, we went to Connecticut the other day, which I want to talk about in the next episode. But on the way in, I noticed they've updated the sign to say the pizza capital of America on the Welcome to Connecticut sign.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy. No offense.
Is it a new sign or did they add it to
They added
the
it
OG?
to the bottom. The way that like when you enter Brooklyn on the Belt Parkway, it says "forget about it," which is insane.
I never noticed that
Yeah.
either.
But yeah, dude, we got to stop doing that. Like, first of all, Connecticut is not the pizza capital of America, bro. I'm sorry. It does have some of the best pizza, and it's like unique and really good. And there's like those 2 or 3 great places, but like, it's just not the pizza capital of America. New York is the pizza capital of America. I'm sorry.
I disagree, and I think this is one of those things. You just let Connecticut let them have their little sign.
I
don't
don't
think they
feel the need to let them have it. I agree that it's great, and I love that the cat's out of the bag. I grew up knowing about this stuff, and we all loved it and thought it was so good, and it was amazing. And the discussion had begun, but like the pizza capital of America, I get that Connecticut doesn't have other stuff, but still, that's crazy to me.
That's my argument, is that there's not much else to boast about with like rewards and stuff.
Connecticut's geographically limited.
Mm-hmm.
I want to continue this conversation, but for now, we're going to wrap it up. Guys, come see me on the road, please. Chicago this weekend. I have 2 shows at the Den Theater. Hopefully by the time this is airing, they'll be pretty close to sold out. So come check those out. Then Providence, the 19th of March, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the 20th of March. Those shows are all coming up soon. Please come check them out. Down the road, I also have DC and Charlotte, and also Boston. June 12th is Boston. July 17th to the 19th, I'm in Charlotte, and 1st to the 3rd of May in DC. Lynch, what about you? What's up?
April 3rd, gonna have an improv show, so check out my socials for any updates, and for other comedy shows at Ryan is Really Polite, email us at oopsthepodcast@gmail.com. And anything for the comment section?
Watch my special and say that you're there from the pod. I don't know.
Cool.
Or I guess on the of the episode, talk about the Plant Boy. Let us know your favorite thing about the Plant Boy.
Let us know about the Plant Boy if you guys want to see pictures of the Plant Boy. And also, what would you do if you saw your kid violently masturbating on top of a pigeon? Would you quit on the kid or would you fight?